Over the last several months, we all know that we've been going through an unprecedented time. But as we think about those that are affected by what's happening, there are really two groups that I'm most concerned about. Number one, those small businesses that are trying to keep their restaurants open, trying to feed the people in the community and keep their employees employed. The second group are those food insecure people who can't access food because they don't have the money or the ability to go out, particularly seniors. I woke up the other day and I thought to myself, how do I actually impact this change where I can help both those separate groups, both the businesses and those food insecure? So I decided to put up $1 million, and that $1 million is going to go directly into businesses so that they can actually feed people. When I put this idea out on Twitter, the first person to respond was the amazing company Grubhub, who thought it was important to recognize those small businesses that are trying to make it to the next day and those people that are food insecure. I've committed $500,000 in partnership with them to World Central Kitchen. The other $500,000, well, it's going to go to different businesses around the country. And I'm going to go into those businesses and surprise them with a large order. Today is the first day that I'm doing that. And I'm going to be doing that with friends of mine like Kristen Bell, Alex Rodriguez. And what we want to see is what these small businesses are going through and how the money that we're going to give them can actually change their business and feed people in need. Let's take a look.
Marcus, we're right here on 8th Street. All these businesses, restaurants, retail have gotten crushed. This is the heart of Miami.
Yeah.
Presidente supermarkets are across the street, but this particular Mexican restaurant is delicious, great people, and they've gotten devoured. So I really want to help.
So what we're hoping to do, Alex, is to fund them so they can turn around and feed people, right? So there's two issues here. We have these businesses that don't have any business right now. And then we have these food insecure people that for whatever reason, it could be their age, it could be COVID, it could be money, they can't have access to food. So we want to negotiate with them to come up with one meal, and then we're going to write them a check, and we're going to expect them to take pictures, deliver, and tell us what's happening, and help jumpstart their business.
I love it.
Make sense?
Makes sense. Let's do it.
Here we go. What's up, guys?
How are you? How are you?
This is my friend Alex.
Oh, yes.
How are you, brother?
Alex? Good. How are you?
So we're really concerned about what's happening to businesses across America, right? We're traveling the country and we're spending $1 million and we're meeting with small restaurant owners who can help us solve the issue in a specific area. So Southwest 8th Street is important to both of us. And we'd like to sit down and understand how we can do a deal with you guys right now to buy a certain number of meals. We're going to write a check and then you're going to feed people. And the goal is to try to drive business. Are you a little surprised that we're here?
This is crazy.
Marcus and I want to make a contribution to this community to empower you to then feed the community. So there's a ripple effect of good energy. We want to stimulate the economy essentially.
And we're blessed to have both of you here, and that's music to our ears.
And so Grubhub is also donating $100,000 towards World Central Kitchen. I'm donating $500,000. And then the other $500,000, along with my friends here, we're putting money into a pot saying, okay, how do we find a restaurant in a market and sit down and negotiate for one SKU, literally one SKU, and maybe it's a bowl of rice and beans and some protein, and that bowl gets delivered across however many we can, but we're trying to maximize meals.
We can put together a burrito box that in the burrito we have a protein, we can do chicken with some pico de gallo, some chips, salsa, and we can get that out the door.
$9.
One for good cause. Yeah, $9.
What would you normally sell that for?
In that combination, that would probably be a $12 item.
And then how many meals do you think you can produce in a couple of days?
As many as you want.
Well, be careful when you say that, because this guy hits home runs, and I like to knock things out too. So when you say as many as you can, be realistic. And so typical number of meals you serve in a day?
Again, it changes based on the day, but I would say an average would probably be about like maybe 250 meals.
Sure. Okay. All right, so what we want to do, we want to actually, we want to buy 3,000 meals.
That would be amazing.
Awesome.
Okay? We want it in a bowl. We want rice, veggies, beans, and a little bit of protein. We want to make sure there's a top on it. And then we want you to identify those in need in the area. We want you to take really good photos of it because we want to be able to show people what you're doing. And we want you to tag us with a program called Plating Change. So I picked plating because he likes to get up to the plate and hit it.
Makes sense.
Plating is about putting things on a plate and changing lives of other people. We know businesses are struggling and we know people are hungry. Any thoughts you want to add?
I just love that, and you know what? You said 9. I'm good with $10. Keep it super even.
Well, you've
$10.
given up our margins.
Just because I feel bad, you guys are on the red, and our point is to come out and stimulate your business to help the community. And again, I think when we get past this, I want them to think of you all as people that were there for the community when they needed you most. So there's a win-win.
So $30,000 should buy 3,000 meals. Does that help the business?
Absolutely. We're immensely grateful.
Thank you so
You
much.
okay?
I don't get emotional that often. I'm emotional.
Why are you emotional?
Well, it's such a help to the business and to the people that are going to receive the meals and to our entire team here. It means a lot.
We've had a lot of struggles. It's definitely been a tough time.
Well, here's what I would ask for you to do in return for us. I'd like you to, in addition to you receiving the 30,000 and feeding people, come up with something, because you guys are great marketers. Alex told me here all the great things you guys do. See if you can activate Miami. He'll post something, I'll post something. If you guys could create a SKU where other people could come in and say, I'd like to buy a meal. I'd like to buy a meal. I round that up on my meal. Thank you for this. How much does it cost to buy a meal? So make some little posters here and try to get other people to contribute.
Sure.
So I know you guys are promoters.
No, that's a wonderful
They
idea.
own ball and chain as well.
Marcus and A-Rod and Alex, we are immensely grateful.
And listen, it's okay to be emotional. This is a scary time. It's scary for everybody because you don't know how you're going to keep people employed and pay your rent, and you're like spinning plates. And so this $30,000 is just a jump start. We think that this little community right here in Little Havana is very powerful.
Yeah.
And we know the Brickell's right there, so we'll be knocking on some doors and maybe we can drive some business here.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
you.
Thanks
so much.
That's from us.
Thank you.
Thank you so
And
much.
we wish you guys a lot of luck. Get to work.
Go get 'em.
3,000 meals.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're on it. We're going to start.
All right,
working on it.
guys.
Take care.
We'll see you soon.